Wow. Can we give Sandy another round of applause? Sandy, you're such a bright light. Thank you. And Peter, thank you for connecting us to Sandy. That was amazing. Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Tina Roth-Eisenberg. I'm the founder of CreativeMornings and your New York City chapter host. And I am so happy you're all here and made time to be here today. And I also want to welcome all the people who are on the live stream, and for Matthew for making the live stream happen as always. We love you, Matthew. It's an absolute delight to be here back at CUNY. Thank you, Anke, back there, for hosting us again so generously. Who here is new to the CUNY Graduate Center? Raise of arms? Oh, a lot of you. So the Graduate Center is a hub for public graduate education, non-degree programs, and public events. And I would love to highlight a program that caught my attention. It's called Gotham Ed. All of you history nerds, you're gonna love this. Gotham Ed is part of the Graduate Center's continuing education offerings, and is presented in collaboration with the Gotham Center for New York City History. They're online courses that range from revolutionary stories to hidden corners of the city. They're low cost and open to all. There's going to be a link to it in the follow-up email. I highly recommend, if you're a history buff, to check them out. So thank you, CUNY, for hosting us. I'm excited to see who is going to be getting the mic for 30 seconds. Abby, will you come up and tell us?
Hey, hello everyone. So if you hear your name, come to the stage after Q&A. Liz Nellis, Taylor Kuntz, Gianna Pilor, and Paul Schreiber.
Thank you, Abby, and I want to acknowledge everyone who was brave enough to put their name into the pitch wheel. All right, so one of my favorite moments of every event is when a member of our community gets to read the manifesto to remind ourselves why we do what we do here at Creative Mornings. And today's manifesto reader is, I'm going to emotional, is the wonderful CC Recht. She has been a New York City chapter volunteer for over 8 years, and many of you probably know her friendly face from check-in, because that was always her position. And she's an incredibly talented art director and has the biggest heart you will ever meet, and the biggest generous heart you will ever meet. And today is her last day volunteering with us because CC's moving to Brazil and starting a really exciting new chapter in her life. Right? Talk about reinvention. How on point. Cici, I just want to say, you're also a studio mate of mine, besides being an incredible volunteer. I will miss you so much, and I'm so grateful for everything you have contributed to my life and to the Creative Mornings community, and I hope Brazil knows how lucky they are to have you. Cici, take it away.
Thank you, everyone, for making this such a wonderful home and community for me, and I'm going to miss everyone here, but I'm so excited to go to my first Creative Mornings in Sao Paulo. Everyone is creative. A creative life requires bravery and action, honesty and hard work. We are here to support you, celebrate with you, and encourage you to make the things you love. We believe in the power of community. We believe in giving a damn. We believe in face-to-face connections, in learning from others, in hugs and high fives. We bring together people who are driven by passion and purpose, confident that they will inspire one another and inspire change in neighborhoods and cities around the world. Everyone is welcome.
Thank you, Cici. Are you sufficiently caffeinated? Sorta? Okay, good. So let's thank our local sponsor who makes breakfast possible. That would be Harvest. Harvest has been a loyal local partner for as long as I can remember. Actually goes back to, I think, 2010, 2009. And we couldn't be more grateful for the support we have received over the years and the many, many hundreds and thousands of cups of coffee we've been able to pour because of them. This month is the last time we're thanking Harvest. They've been recently acquired by an Italian-based company called Bending Spoons. They have also acquired Vimeo, Evernote, WeTransfer, sort of all the beloved design companies. And as it comes, oftentimes when companies get acquired, existing partnerships don't continue, just like MailChimp was the same thing, and we totally understand. But with that, we want to say we're nothing but grateful. Thank you, Harvest, and bon voyage. All right, so you're probably thinking, well, what about coffee next month? Well, if you work for a company or an organization that would love to contribute to this engine of generosity, here's your very rare chance to actually come on as a local partner with us here in New York City. We haven't had an opening in years. So we have been told by our previous partners that we actually light a brand love bonfire for our partners within our community, both through the onstage shout-outs through me, and then through the messaging through our local newsletter that goes to 30,000 subscribers every month. And we have a bonkers open rate of 40%. I just want to revel in that for a second. Thank you all for reading our newsletter. So if this piqued your interest, or there's a company you think we should talk to that might want to support us, email us at partnerships@creativemornings.com, or come up to me afterwards. And speaking of partners, Adobe is our global partner on a global level, which means they are totally, fully integrated into our universe and every event. And also, we do giant campaigns with them. Like last month, we did Release Day, which, by show of hands, who was there last month at New Lab? Wasn't that great? Sam Furness, the inventor of Release Day, was there, and he was hosting, emceeing. He's just such a riot. He's incredible. So the Release Day campaign was the largest and most successful campaign we have ever done with a global partner in 18-year history. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, is in May, we asked you, the community, to work on a side project that you might have been neglecting or that never started, and over 2,000 of you have pledged to work on a personal project. And then on May 29th, you all came through and posted your work on our gallery wall. It's at creativemornings.com/release day. You can look at it. I was personally deeply moved and blown away by sort of the wide spectrum of projects and just by the incredible creativity in this community. And I want to thank Adobe for trusting us and for the generous support and helping us bring this really pure, beautiful, curiosity-driven, creativity-driven campaign to our universe. So now let's play a game, because we want to get to know each other a little bit. I know you can only get one ticket when you come to Creative Mornings, so some of you might come alone. But let's learn a bit about each other. We're going to play stand-up. If I'm going to project sentences to the screen, if they apply to you, please stand up. And if you can't stand up, just raise your arms. Okay, stand up if you're silently expecting extra credit for socializing at 8:30 on a Friday morning. I love how many of you are sitting. I love that. Stand up if you're visiting from another city. Okay, so let's find out. Who thinks they're the furthest away? Berlin? Anyone, can anyone top Berlin? Where? Where are you from? You both win. You all win for being here. Stand up if you're an introvert, and just being here deserve a recognition. We love you. We love you, introverts. We really do. Stand up if you've been also loving the recent high vibes in New York City. I also love that collective effervescence has finally become mainstream as a term. This is it. Okay, stand up if you have made a bold career move recently. So many of you. I know there's one person in here. She was a former host of the San Francisco chapter, and she moved here last week, right? Rachel, where are you? Where is she? She's back there. Congrats. Stand up if you have a hobby or a passion that makes you happy. Oh my God. Okay, anyone want to reveal what your hobby is? Painting? What was that? Sailing. Damn. What was it? Roller hockey. Oh, you're also sporty. Anyone else? Oh man, I can hear it. I know they're all marvelous. And also, all of them would make a really good club. You knew where I was going with this, right? Clubs is our latest experiment in getting you all together and have more opportunities to make friends besides the once a month Friday morning event. And clubs are small, hyper-local, and totally run by you all. And fun fact, since we started with the clubs endeavor in April of 2024, we have greenlit 115 clubs in 12 cities and growing. And there have been over 900 clubs events, and over 12,000 people have attended them. It makes me so happy. Anyone here attending clubs? Raise your hand if you attend the clubs. Yes. So we started clubs based on the belief that community is what happens when you do what you love together. And Creative Mornings clubs are an invitation to make friends while doing what. Jennifer loves writing letters, so she started a handwritten hour letter club that ends with everyone walking to the mailbox and mailing the letters, right? And then our legend Nelson with Photocapels, he just celebrated his 2nd year anniversary of his club. I was there, it was so good. Nelson, we love you. So if you keep wondering what you can do these days to bring goodness to this world and keep the vibes high, like, let's keep this going, start here, start a club, build a community around something you love. And so if you have an idea, but you're a little unsure, come to me or come to Crystal, who's right there, she's raising her hand. She's fertilizer in the club's land and helps everyone sort of get their club up and going. We really want to help you get started, and you really don't have to worry. This is such a kind community. There's no perfection needed. And there is one person that is single-handedly making clubs possible, the existence of clubs, and that wonderful she has trajectory, oh my God. In 2024, became our first ever patron and doubled down her commitment, again, operational cost and the build out. If you haven't seen her interview, which was our December event, I highly recommend you look it up. She's an extremely remarkable person with a big heart, and we love Ruth Ann. So thank you. And now to the main portion of our event. Our theme in June is Curate, and it was chosen by our Orange County chapter in California and illustrated by Fred Villa. We interpreted the theme with an angle on life and career creation. And when I had the idea for stories on career pivots, I posted this on LinkedIn and on Threads. I'm looking for New York City-based folks who have done inspiring and surprising career pivots. I was inundated with responses on LinkedIn. Who says that? I mean, when do you ever get a lot of responses on something on LinkedIn? So that to me was a clear sign I hit a nerve. And as I was looking up people and talking to people about this, I learned that for many, thinking about their careers comes with an unsettling energy. They have a feeling that there's something else calling them forward, but they might not hear it, or they're simply too scared to make a move. But then there are those who are boldly, confidently, and in deeply inspiring ways reinventing themselves. And we have 3 of those humans here today: Michael, Asmaret, and Peter. Over the next 30 minutes, you will hear them tell their story of reinvention and career pivots. And I just want to say, I want to thank all 3 of you for being so brave and doing this. This is not easy. And you're going to be landing in a very gentle, loving community here right now. So we're going to start out with Michael. Michael is the owner and creative director of Botany Cafe. Botany Cafe is a vibrant community space in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Michael has a wildly impressive background in merchandising design and is very humble about it, and now pours his heart into creating spaces that foster connection and community. And shout out to his really good friend, Shauna. Shauna, you are a good friend, because she replied to my question on Threads and said, you should look into Michael, which I did, and here he is today. So Michael, take it away.
Hi. Thanks for being here. I'm going to tell you about my reinvention story, career reinvention story. So I'm originally from California, St. Luke's Hospital, where my mom worked. I was born there. I went to UC Berkeley and I studied abroad in Rio, which changed my life. And then I moved to Thailand to become an English teacher. And I knew I wanted to come back to the States, so I decided I wanted to continue teaching, and I applied for New York City Teaching Fellows and Teach for America, but I didn't get accepted. So it was also the recession and I couldn't get a job, so I was like, what can I do now? So I decided that I wanted to work with my hands, so I did a woodworking apprenticeship in Gowanus at Brooklyn Woods, and then I also went to FIT to study interior design. This is, thanks, and come visit us.
Michael, that was so good. I don't think have you ever publicly spoken? Didn't he do an amazing job? Oh, actually, is there a club gonna happen at Botany at some point? Just saying. All right, and now our next speaker, please join me welcoming Esmerette, founder and CEO of One Love Community Fridge. Her heart-centered, community-powered approach, get this, more than of food, and over 1 million meals a year alone. Fourth, she's a record in social impact and is creating communities across North America. I also consider Esmerette a friend, and I feel really lucky to hear her story today. Esmerette, take it away.
Good morning. Thank you, Tina, and Creative Mornings for having me. It's such an honor to be able to speak in front of all of you. My name is Esmerette Berhelumax, founder of One Love Community Fridge. I do want to start out by saying that it means like something to be back within this institution. I graduated from CUNY like 25 years ago, so it's kind of full circle. And I studied finance here, and I had convinced myself that my path to success, happiness, and making my parents proud was going to be by being on Wall Street. So I studied finance, I graduated, I got a job, and that job lasted 1 day. And I want you to remember that, and hold up for a second, because that moment of failure is actually kind of where my story begins. I was born in Asmara, East Africa. I grew up in Stockholm in Northern Europe, and then now I'm raising a family here in Brooklyn, New York. My 2 daughters are sitting in the audience. But these are like 3 very, very different worlds. But there's something that's constant in all 3 of them, and that's always been with me, and it's food. I grew up in a family that we were first-generation immigrants. We didn't have much, but we always had something that we could share with others. And food was never just about eating. It was like how we got to know our neighbors, how we got to share about our culture, how we celebrated, and how we got through tough times together. So food was always in the center of everything. But I didn't fully understand it until much later. And another thing when I was growing up is that I was always drawn to fashion. And for me, fashion was not something that was like superficial. It was something that really people use to create their identity. People use, we use our clothes to communicate in terms of what our values are, so they know where we belong. So even if you are not in the fashion, there's no way to be outside of fashion because we all dress. And I think as a first-generation immigrant growing up in Sweden, identity was really important to me. But I actually didn't even know that it could be a career. So I kind of made a practical decision, and I studied finance in order to make my parents proud. And then obviously that came that 1-day job, which on the first day I just realized, like, this is not for me. I don't belong here, and this is not what's important to me. And I left that office that day, and instead of going back, I kept moving forward. And I found my way into fashion and beauty, where I actually spent almost 20 years doing production, product development, and supply chain management. And I got to travel the world. I got to work with incredibly talented and creative people, and I helped build companies and communities, and I genuinely loved it. It's been amazing. And I loved it until I didn't. It's because, and it was in 2019, I started noticing that the work that I was more energized by and I was really excited about was actually happening outside of my daily work. And that's kind of a problem if you're in my field where we were working about 80 to 100 hours a week, then you actually have to kind of love it, otherwise you will get burned out. But I realized that the initiatives I was supporting outside of my work was the ones that were really exciting to me and where I felt recharged. And it was the communities I was showing up for. And I think what I was really missing was a greater purpose. I loved what I was actually doing, but I felt like it wasn't leading to something that was making the world a better place. So I made a decision to step away from fashion. And I mean, had I known what was happening in 2020, I might have waited another year. But, 2020 happened and everything changed for so many of us, right? And then that was when One Love Community Fridge was born. It was born in the height of pandemic. And our mission, if you are new to us, is to connect, empower, and engage the community through education and providing access to fresh food, and always leading with respect, dignity, and health. And at its core, our work is really about helping people and creating conditions to be their best selves. And for us, that really starts with food. And for us, food is the foundation of our health, food is information, food is medicine, and food is power. And it's also actually a basic, very, very, very basic human rights. So, so even though, the reality of it is in New York City, one of the most wealthiest cities in the world, 1 out of 6 New Yorkers are still food insecure. 1 out of 4 kids are food insecure, and this is while over 40% of all the food that's being produced goes to waste. And this is something that is actually avoidable. That we can do something about it. We just have to make different choices. So we started One Love Community Fridge. Wanted to take some action with my daughters. It was one person, and it was 2, 3, another person, another action. Additional people joined, and the idea was really to create ripple effects through our community. Today, fast forward to 2026, One Love Community Fridge, we have over 2,000 dedicated community members and volunteers. Last year alone, like Tina mentioned, we directed over 3 million pounds of food and feeding over 1 million people. Thank you. It's a very simple and basic idea, which started with like a fridge, like many of us have at home, right? Putting it in a public space in a way where the ownership belongs to the community and not to us as an organization, but really finding ways to engage local communities. And you heard Michael earlier too, like we're so grateful to have Michael and Cafe Botany as one of the hosts, and just seeing how bridging the work that we're doing with local businesses as well. And that's really kind of how we see ourselves. The organization that we're building, it really sits on this intersection between for-profit, non-profit, public, and private organizations, and really that's really where we feel like the real change happens. It's like when we are able to bridge different communities and ecosystems. But all that to say is, so building like One Love Community Fridge over the past 6 years has really been like merging my personal journey with my professional background into something that's even larger, a larger one. And like when I was thinking through about what I wanted to anybody listening to this, what I wanted you to get out of it, because you might have ideas about where you want to go and things are important to you, was I wanted to leave you with 3 things, which are not instructions, but invitations, which was, number 1 was just take that first step. You don't need to see the whole journey ahead of you. You don't need to have a full plan, but you just need that one action that will lead to your second action. And then usually the clarity comes along the way. I had no idea in 2020 when we set up our first fridge that we were going to be where we are today. And then I would say invite others to join. No movement is built alone. What makes a ripple a wave is the people who say yes and who show up, who brings their skill in their hearts and in networks. So your first step becomes a movement when you open the door and let other people in. Number 3, I would say curate the people around you. This is the one I really want you to think about today as well. But to curate is not to exclude, it's really to be intentional. Your circle is the people that helps you shape your thinking, your courage, your capacity. Build it with care and challenges you, and who believe in something, and who are building towards something. And that ecosystem is going to be everything. So, I mean, I studied finance in this building. I spent 20 years in fashion. I founded a food justice organization in the middle of the pandemic. None of it looks like a straight line, and that's exactly the point. The career, my career reinvention wasn't a pivot, it's an integration. Everything I've done, and hopefully everything that you've done and learned, every failure or detour or pause, it's all there. It's all preparation, and you're not starting over, you're curating forward. So, thank you.
Esmeralda, what do you want to say? Oh, and she says to join Esmeralda for volunteering, etc. Esmeralda, this was wonderful. I just love the generative and non-extractive spirit that is on stage here, so thank you, thank you. And now we're getting to our third speaker. Help me welcome Peter Marks, one of America's most respected theater critics, who spent more than two decades as the chief theater critic at the Washington Post. He's a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and longtime champion of the performing arts. Peter brings a lifetime of insights into theater, storytelling, and culture. And in fact, it's Peter's story that is what inspired today's event. I am so grateful for our mutual friend, Guy, who introduced us and made this morning possible. Peter, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Tina, and it's lovely to be with you all here this morning. I guess what unites this, there is food in the other stories, and I like to eat, so I guess there is a theme that runs through this. It really is only after you end a career that you realize how fused to one's identity one's day job is, especially if it gave you what I call psychic sustenance. Your work cocoons you in a useful way, in a sense of purpose and self-fulfillment. So what happens, though, when that cocooning ends? I am here to tell you that shedding an occupational skin does not have to be a trauma. It can be a blessing. Because having set myself on this new path at the age of 70, not an easy one, not yet what you might deem a wholly successful one, I am the happiest I have ever been in my life. I was a theater critic for 30 years, first for the New York Times, then as chief theater critic for the Washington Post. That is a lot of opinion to throw around and a lot of impact to have on other people's lives. Well, in December 2023, when I retired from the Post, I essentially decided to switch sides. A cultural judge who wanted to be culturally judged. I became an actor. I enrolled, let's see if where are we? Oh, that's my Washington Post thing, okay. Sorry. I enrolled as an acting student in the Shakespeare Summer Program at London's Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. 9 to 5, 5 or 6 days a week in classes, culminating in a Shakespeare production. I was bottom in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Sandy, who you heard sing that beautiful number, was in Midsummer with me. That's where we met. And we both doubled as Titania's fairies. There we are. She was good, by the way. She was a great, she sang a song in that too. That summer was life-changing. All those years, sitting in the dark, evaluating and analyzing plays and musicals, I secretly envied the actors. Not so much the look-at-me aspect of performance, but the experience of creating something as a group, a makeshift family of artists. You had to leave who you were outside that rehearsal room, and now, big role or small role, you had to be the character on that page. In the ensuing months back in New York, I enrolled in more acting classes. I auditioned. I did workshops and readings. I got an agent for commercial work. And I learned what type of roles in TV spots are open to 70-year-old men. Mostly involving irritable bowel syndrome and erectile dysfunction and psoriasis. I have self-taped myself as a doctor talking to patients and a patient talking to doctors, and I have yet to land a part. Either I don't look sick enough, or a method actor is required for the role of someone who has irritable bowel syndrome. I don't. But I am undaunted. I love playing parts, even or maybe especially informally, in small rooms with groups of actors. I've played a clock in a play about suicide, in which the furniture talks to the main character. I played an old Jewish patriarch in the former Soviet Union. I played a bitter white Anglo-Saxon drunk in a comedy about a murder. And sometimes I've even done readings with well-known actors. I read a part in Ibsen's An Enemy of the People outdoors in Times Square for a group called Theater of War with Bill Murray from Ghostbusters and other things. Okay, I don't know generationally what people know. With Bill Murray playing the mayor of a Norwegian town, and Taylor Schilling from Orange is the New Black. She played my daughter before a crowd on the TDF bleachers in the middle of Times Square that overflowed into the square. When it was over, I said to Bill Murray, "You got every laugh." And he looked at me like, duh. The point for me in all this was carpe diem, seize the day. I went into all this knowing I loved theater and that I loved actors. But what if they didn't love me back? For decades, part of my job was to say whether their work was good enough. Could I not handle it if that criticism was thrown at me? Reinvention means acknowledging the fear, embracing the fear, enjoying the fear. What's the worst that can happen? What I've learned is that the worst that can happen is not being told you're not good enough. It's being told nothing at all. You submit audition tapes as an actor, the vehicle most favored by casting people these days, and you send them into a void. You wait, mostly in vain, for a response. Any verdict, no, maybe, go away. That's the actor's life, which I learned in a new way. And now it's my life. But when you do get something, earlier this year, thanks to a recommendation, and this is a recurring theme in my life, from Melly, in fact, also known as Sandy, I was cast in a film by a student from SUNY Purchase. She wrote a script for 2 old people, and it was explained to me that she didn't know many. Fortunate for me. Which is how I got to play Father Thomas in the 13-minute movie World Without End, about a Catholic priest who returns to his hometown to preside at the funeral of the husband of the woman he once loved, played by Phyllis Lindy. Jewish guy playing a Catholic priest, easy, right? Here, preserved on film, my new life, my life of pure pretend. I offer you a clip.
Going home.
Beautiful eulogy.
Thank you. Let me know how that yard sale goes.
I will. Hope to see you at church sometime. Stay well. Thank you. So now you know. And by the way, if there are any casting people in the audience, I'm available. But you have to know now that there are second acts in American life, and I'm ready to be in all of them.
Wasn't that amazing? I think we just started something new at Creative Mornings. I think this needs to be a recurring pattern that we tell reinvention stories. Michael, Esmeralda, Peter, thank you so much for pouring so much time and thoughtfulness into this. Also, by the way, I had a story of a journalist gone cheesemonger, but I couldn't convince him. But I really next year. Okay, 30-second pictures. Come on up.
Okay, 30-second pictures. Remember, you only have 30 seconds. It goes by very fast, so don't worry about telling your name or contact info. We'll put that in the follow-up email. Oh yeah, do we have the hand mic available? Sweet. And then after, find Brianna over there to get your info.
You can walk into the middle of the stage. I'm going to have to be behind the
Thank you. Thanks.
Also, you guys are going to hear this lovely xylophone sound when you're out of time.
All right, thank you. Was anyone at the Creative Mornings event with Holly Lee, who's so wonderful and spoke about collective giving? Great, so my humble attempt, a journalist named Allison Gilbert and I started a giving circle for a more connected New York City. And so we're asking folks to donate $50, and all those who donate get to decide collectively which nonprofit gets to receive a $2,500 grant with a project that will boost connection in NYC. So maybe a project that would stem the next Creative Mornings. So we're asking for folks to join us or to apply if you have an idea or associate with a nonprofit that has an idea that can foster more connection. Thank you. Okay.
Morning. Hi, I'm Paul. I've been living in Brooklyn for 14 years, and for 14 years, I have run a concert series out of my living room. So professional musicians who are on tour, they have a day off from playing a bar or a club. They will come and play. This is a fantastic way to see live music, to support musicians because they get 100% of the money. And you get to listen in a quiet room where everyone is there for the show, not to be seen or heard. So I have 7 shows this year. We've done 3. We've got 4 more left. There's one in July. Go to houseconcerts.nyc. Thank you.
My name is Taylor. I'm an event producer and brand marketer in New York. I am co-hosting an event with Club Itchy for anyone looking to pivot into the event industry space. That could be community, branding, producing, anything involving event production. It's going to be at the Wythe Hotel on Monday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. So if you're starting your career or you know like a Gen Z early millennial that wants to get into the event industry, or if you're looking to pivot into events or give advice to people going into events, we would love to have you there to network with us and have a drink on the lovely rooftop of the hotel. So, yeah.
Buenos días, Nueva York. Hola. I'm not going to do this in Spanish, pero mi nombre es Gianna Pilar González. I had 19-year career as a product UX designer, then the AI came up. I went to retail. I saw 190K in clothes. I styled people. I know Taylor from that job. Then I went and sold 65K of plants. It was the best experience of my life to deal with people because I love people. I'm also an artist, a designer. I ended up producing and casting director an Expedia commercial in my native Panama. 400 views in YouTube. You need creative? I'm here for you. Gracias. Un beso. ¡Mua!
Thank you, Abby, and everyone who was brave to pitch. And as always, I want to thank our incredible volunteer team. Without them, these events would never be this smooth. Abby, Angelica, Brian, Brianna, Crystal, Ella, Finn, Isabel, Catherine, Kevin, Krista, Kristen, Kira, Lenny, Whitley. Thank you for clapping till the end. Connie, you legend. Thank you for filming our events every month. Nelson, thank you for making us look so good every month. Matthew, thank you for the live stream. And next month, we will be back at l'Alliance with Paul Miller, better known as DJ Spooky. He's a visionary composer, multimedia artist, writer, and cultural innovator. I am very excited to hear his talk. And as always, I want to leave you with a quote. This one is by Elizabeth Elliot. I'm going to wait for the GIF. Sometimes fear does not subside, and you must do it afraid. Thank you all for coming and being part of this community. We'll see you next month. Thank you.